Well, welcome everybody to a week. I forget week. week.
I
What
think
week
it's
were
week
we on?
6.
I was gonna say week 6, but I didn't want to be wrong.
The
So
video
week
on
6
screen
in the
says week
UK.
6.
There we go. Week 6. Okay, starting off on a bang right there. Yeah, week 6 in the UK. We're a little bit behind. We've been very busy, so sorry about that. But we are going to cover it for you right now, so don't worry about that. Yeah. So how have you been, Calamity?
Yep, tired, but fine otherwise. How about you?
Same. A very long couple of weeks, but we're happy and excited to get back into casting another Formula G event in the UK. So I can read everything, hopefully.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see how good my English is, right? Yeah, I am from America, so maybe I can't. But yeah. So, are you looking forward to the UK? Anything to look for in this country?
Yeah, there's this. I mean, for this seat specifically, there's one round I'm looking forward to, maybe even two. But in the UK generally, it's always interesting to see how quickly people find towns/cities they recognize. Because UK has quite a lot of cities, and even so, quite a lot of them that are recognizable, but people recognize different cities. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
We do. I don't think we have anybody on home soil today. So
Not in the videos.
no adventure. Yeah, not in the videos at least. So do we have anybody in the league?
Wakelock, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yes, Wakelock. Yes. So he'll have a little bit of home field advantage, but we won't get to see his videos, unfortunately.
I can tell you he finished 9th.
Okay, so not too much of an advantage for him at all.
Pretty similar to my Austria performance.
Yeah, home field advantage not really living up to anything here. So yeah, okay, well, enough of us chatting away. Let's get into round one. We have M the Baseman with Katsa Rivazza. He is currently 13th with 39 points. So let's get into that. And we start off in a very urban location. For sure, next to a bus stop should be pretty good. Kilburn station sign right there. And that's a tube, so that means we're in London. Well, the greater London area, at least.
Do none of the other British cities have sort of a subway network?
They might, but I'm not actually sure. But the icon for the tube is unique to London, though.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. I've never been to London.
It's a pretty good city. I liked it better than Paris, to be honest. But
yeah, I've been to Paris. I didn't like Paris very much, but to be fair, I went there when I was 11. So
yeah.
Okay, he
I was
knows.
pretty young too when I went.
Yeah, he knows he's in London now.
Yeah, he puts the marker down. His map loading a little bit slowly. Might be having some internet connections problems. But this one shouldn't be too hard to pinpoint with 5 minutes. Especially with a Paddington bus right there.
You could have actually pinpointed this without even moving. All the information that you need is right at the start. But when you've got there you go, London Borough. What did it say? Brent or Bent?
Brent, yeah.
Brent, yeah.
And he's got the station right there as well.
Yeah, that's kind
Kilburn Station, which is on his map, and he doesn't see it. Does he remember Kilburn? It doesn't look like he does.
Yeah, that's kind of the, in a way, almost disadvantage of being allowed to move is that you kind of want to move. You don't want to stand in one spot and look around thoroughly. But in this case, that would have been enough.
Yeah. And he is in the area. Now remember that while they have 5 minutes to play the rounds, the fastest person with 25k does get a bonus point. So as long as you know where you are, you want to click that guess button and move on to the next round to try to get those bonus points for sure. So already 3 minutes gone. He'll see Kilburn Station.
Yep. But there's kind of maps where you want to do that, and then there's maps where the chances of getting 25k are so low anyway that it's not really worth it to be to be too hasty and risk losing a couple points.
Yeah, do you think the UK is a map where you want to try for that, or?
It depends a lot on the seed. There are seeds where it's definitely easy, in quotation marks, to get 25k. If we had 5 locations like this, it would be. But there's so much.
I don't know where he's going.
There's so much rural area in the UK where it's hard to pinpoint that I think the UK might not be the best map for trying to go as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's, if you get through 4 rounds and they're all sort of urban or major roads, you might think you got a shot, but usually in the first couple you get put out in the middle of nowhere and you won't have much of a chance.
Yeah.
So, but M the Baseman, as I know, as he's my co-op partner, is very cautious, so we won't see him guessing too quickly. He'll do his due diligence for sure to make sure he knows exactly where he is, even if it feels a little bit excessive.
He's kind of far away. I mean, far away, but like 100 meters away from his starting point, isn't he?
Oh, there we go. As you say that caster's curse, he jumps back to the starting location. And he'll find that road.
I was mostly just surprised because, or not surprised, but wondering because he seemed to try to look at how his surroundings look very carefully when he was pretty far away from the start. So yeah.
But he will get a 5. Oh, too fast. He will get a 5K nonetheless. Did I jump back?
You jumped back.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
I'm pretty. Or wait,
says,
did you?
No.
I don't know what you did.
There we go. I don't know what I did, but yeah, he got 5K in that round, so not bad. Took a little bit of time. Pretty much used entire 4 minutes, I believe. He guessed with about a minute or so left.
He
just under a minute left.
4 minutes and 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. So not bad. So he's still up for that bonus points.
Now I know what you did. Well, I don't know exactly what you did, but I know what the bug was. Because that's actually quite interesting. You paused at just the right time, where the round was already ticked over to say round 2 out of 5, but the time left was still used from round 1. That's why I was confused.
A little bit of magic there. GeoGuessr slowly ticking over. That's quite a pause button. But anyway, we have 4 other competitors. Closed 24/7, Mr. Blue, yourself, Calamity, and M. Wickholm. How did the rest of you guys do in that first round?
Perfect scores for everyone except M. Wickholm, who lost 3 points. Let me just quickly look where he guessed. He guessed at exactly Kilburn Station, 1 road too far north.
Yeah. Probably running out of time, maybe, for him?
He used all of his 5 minutes, so yeah. Might be the case.
Just the pinpointing there was a little bit off, but not to worry. 3 points dropped isn't too bad. So we'll get into Mr. M, the Baseman, here in round 2.
We just saw him, the Baseman, in round 1, so it wouldn't be fair to the other competitors if we watched him again.
Let's say we should switch over to Closed in round 2. There we go, and see how he does. And we are in front of this looks like a supermarket.
I think it's a Sainsbury's, yeah.
Gotta love parking lot locations.
There's sort of, I don't know if I've said this before, but there's sort of a disproportionate amount of parking lot locations in front of supermarkets in the UK. You don't really see that much in other countries.
Maybe it's just how thorough the coverage is in the UK.
That could definitely be the thing, yeah.
They just drive into parking lots, where other countries, they don't even bother to drive there. But it is a noticeable thing, for sure. Well, you definitely have to move for this one, though. But you're not too far from Major Road and a sign. There we go. Closed looked at that very quickly. I don't know if you actually had a chance to read it. You will go back. Here we go.
Yeah, Birmingham at least.
Yeah, is a major city. That should help him. A 4-digit road number, A4123. Must be pretty small.
Yeah, they are pretty small. They also don't show up as any sort of symbol on the map. It's just the name of the road. So you probably, unless you know exactly where you're looking, you're not going to find it. But they do follow the same sort of general area system that the bigger roads do. So if you find a 4-digit road number, that starts with a 4, for example, then it's probably near the 3-digit road numbers that start with a 4. So they're at least useful in that way.
Nice. Bit tricky for Close to pinpoint where he might be. He has all the towns in the roughly the right location, according to the sign at least. With about 2 minutes gone for him there.
Yeah, in this case, the sign tells him he came from the direction of the Old Breed Town Center. So that's probably what he should be looking for.
Yeah, it might be what he's searching for, Oldbury, on the map.
It's right on his screen in the middle there.
There's Dudley. That's to his south, roughly, so he'll need to... That's not quite it either. There we go. You'll get there eventually. They always do. Take him about 30 seconds to do it, but he will get it. And there's the Sainsbury parking lot. If he remembers that.
Though.
Oh, no, that's not the right store. Closed. He should go. There we go. He should go back to the start, and sure enough, to confirm where he is.
Bit more to the northeast, I think. Bit closer to the corner. Yeah.
And that corner back there, that little niche fits perfectly with the building model. Gotta love that. And with 3 minutes gone, we should see him guessing any second now. Maybe not. Just gonna sit here for a bit, check it out. I think it's comparing the lanes in the parking lot to the map. There we go. And 5K for him there as well. Very nice. We can see that Mr. Blue also got 5K, as well as you, Calamity. How about M. the Baseman and Wickholm?
Everyone got 5. Well, every one of our 5 competitors got 5K in this round. There were 3, 4, 5, 6 people who didn't get a full 5K out of everyone in this round. And also, because I was just thinking about why he would spend so much time there. And then I remembered that the ranking is actually decided by distance over time whenever multiple people have the same amount of points. So if you're assuming that there'll be lots of people who get perfect scores, then it's actually much more much more sensible to go for a closer distance rather than a faster time.
Okay. Yeah. So that bonus points is given for time, but if there's like 20, if there's 5 people with 20K, right, the closest in distance gets that top spot. So
yeah. So if there's 5
definitely
people,
worth the effort.
Yeah, if there's 5 people who've got 25K and you're 5th but get the bonus points for fastest time, you'll still get less points in total than the guy who came in first.
Yeah. How fast those points drop off, indeed. So. Very nice. Well, 4 of our 5 competitors we have today are still up for those points after 2 rounds. Let's see if they'll be able to keep it up in round 3 as we head over to Mr. Blue. And definitely not in an urban location for this one.
Nope.
So this might be the round that separates them.
Yeah, that's the sort of location I was talking about earlier when I said rural UK. You start near a sort of side road into a building, but again, it's difficult to know whether that road will be on the map.
Indeed, he headed north, ran into what looks like a equally large road. Continuing southwest, probably just looking for any kind of sign he can get here. This location, a bit tricky, probably somewhere in the middle of the country, but it could also be Northern Ireland.
Are you still aware of where the location actually is or not?
No, I'm not. Good. I don't remember. This was like a week ago. So, where is the location?
You'll figure it out. But yeah, it's got this sort of.
I think
It's a bit darker in terms of the weather. It's not unique to this area, but might point you in that direction.
Yeah. Oh, and he will go to Northern Ireland, so my instincts weren't too far off. I think it's easy in the UK to kind of know latitude, right? How far north you are, but it can be tricky how far east or west you are, and then Northern Ireland always throws me off. So
Mm.
in this case, oh, there's the town. Very nice.
Well, this sign
Maybe a bit of
certainly. Yeah. Go on.
Maybe a bit of luck there. He headed south into the town, so he'll be looking to go back north, and he sure does. Very nice.
Yeah, this sign's certainly a lot more helpful than whatever I found going south, because I
And I
had.
believe that's the road he started on.
Yeah, going south,
He's
you had to go pretty much to Antrim, which is about 5 kilometers away, roughly, I'd say, before you find any useful things. And then it's really difficult to sort of work your way back to where you came from. At least for me, it was. But yeah, this is certainly the better route to take.
And that crossroad giving us a very good chance at pinpointing this. So Mr. Blue showing us that despite the rural location, 5Ks are definitely possible. Compared to some of the other countries we've been in, it's nice that every road is labeled. Right? Sometimes you're like, oh, well, I'm in the second road, maybe. So it's nice to actually have some names you can compare.
Yeah, though in this case, the side roads to the road you're on there aren't actually labeled.
But the road he's on is labeled, so he's going to be counting those side roads, it looks like. There's one, there's maybe two. He will guess, and ooh, just one road off. A little bit tricky, maybe trying to guess as quickly as he possibly could to get that time bonus. But unfortunately costing him 7 points, 4,993 for Mr. Blue there. Yeah, so not a too bad of a location. How did everybody else do?
Yeah,
Anybody else get 5K?
From the people we're not showing on screen, yes.
Oh yes,
not a lot of them.
One right there.
But
yeah.
From our guys, nope, no one. Emwickholm, pretty much exactly the same distance as Mr. Blue, but on the other side. Close, then even one road further down the road than Emwickholm, and the Basement somewhere a bit further south, sort of between Milltown and Antrim, and I was on the wrong side of Antrim.
Yeah, going north there probably definitely paid off for Mr. Blue indeed. We can already see so far through 3 rounds, Steal This Nick is the only player on a perfect score, so at least for the people we'll be watching.
At the time of the recording of Mr. Blue.
That's right, Mr. Blue playing, that's right.
Let me actually see. There's Tall Impala, Orpheus, Giovanni, I think are the 3 people that at this point were still on a perfect score. And Steal This Nick, of course, I forgot about him.
Very nice. Well, at least everybody we'll be watching will be looking more to get accuracy than speed. Going into round number 4, and we take a look at your match, Calamity. And we're back into a city again, so a pretty generous seed for UK for sure.
Looks like suburban area.
Yeah, but of course suburban hell can be just as bad as rural middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So we won't sing the praises of the location quite yet.
We can do in a bit, but for now.
Are we on the coast? Because those look like beach huts or something.
We are. And I'm pretty sure that they are, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can definitely see from that look right on the beach. Which will help narrow down your search area quite a bit, even though there is a bit of coastline.
quite a bit, yeah. But I guess the direction of the sea can help you out there.
Yeah. I mean, we're in an island country, so there's a lot of coastline. But,
yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's still a lot of coastline to the south, even as far as Scotland almost.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's always tricky. You're like, oh yeah, there's coast to the south, but is it like the ocean, or is it a bay to the south, or is it like an inlet, or what's going on? That's going to be tricky, but
at least you can sort of tell that it looks, I mean, not from this, but sort of at the start we went along the beach, it was sort of very almost warm and bright there, so I would have gone to the south of England there for sure. This sort of weather
changes. Yeah, probably not in North Scotland. A few town as well as a road, A259. And you will move and search along that southern coast for that.
Sort of where the roads to start with 2 are.
Mm-hmm. Find it.
There we go.
Yeah, it's funny because you said, "Oh yeah, it's very bright." So I'm like, "Yeah, like by Brighton," which is, I don't know if that's where the town gets its name, but
Yeah,
a very good pun right there from you.
yeah. So
Since we do end up being close to Brighton, but
yeah,
not in it.
I'm pretty sure I didn't see it during watching it now, but I did see Goring by Sea mentioned somewhere. So I knew that's the small town we're in.
Looking for those roads. There we go. Low and on the brick walls, which also is a good clue we're in suburban UK.
There it is.
Need to find a cross street, which is improving, very easy to do.
Yeah. But, there's that sort of S bend in there, which helps. And then we're relatively close to the north end of the road. And then you can just count the houses. Yeah. Count again, just to make sure.
Yep. Even though you're not getting that perfect score, but a 5K will still kind of help you out in the rankings. You know that with this kind of location, lots of people are going to be probably getting a 5K. And sure enough, you go fast. 5K for you there.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, gotta go fast. Yeah, so 5K for you, Calamity, in a very nice seaside location. How did the other 4 do in round 4?
Yeah, apart from Mr. Blue, they struggled disproportionately to the rest of the competitors. Both M. Wickham and Closed in a very similar area, about 8 kilometers further to the west, near a small town called Wick. And M. the Basement even further west near Bognor Regis. Apart from that, most of the other people in the competition itself, at least there were a lot of 5Ks and at least like 4 or 5 people who got above 4.9. And there were one person who timed out and one person who got 3.4K.
Yeah, I think once you see everybody kind of drop out of that perfect score race, people take their time, they look around a bit more. And unfortunately, this time it didn't really pay off, getting a little bit worse of a score. But, I mean, there wasn't too much to go on, at least from what we saw with you. You have to kind of catch a small village name here or there and a small road number, and maybe they just kind of weren't able to catch that or find it within the 5 minutes.
Yeah, if you miss all of the important signs, then I can definitely see how you wouldn't get the location right.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck for you there, but yeah, not too bad. Anyway, we'll take a look at M. Wickham in round number 5 for him. And our second sort of rural location, 3 urban, 2 rural. I think our drivers will be very happy with that distribution for sure.
Yeah. This is instant Scotland vibes.
Yeah. Steep rolling hills. Rocks.
No useful sign within sight.
Yep. But again, like very easy to tell how far north you are in the UK from this one. If I remember right, we're really far north.
Yeah. Really far.
Like we're not just north, we're north.
About as far as you can go on mainland UK. Do you call that mainland UK? Because it's not really, I mean, it's still an island.
The mainland Britain?
Maybe.
Right? Because the main island is Britain. And then that's what you call the main island is. So the islands together are called the British Isles, but
it's complicated.
Yeah.
I think the British Isles includes Ireland.
Yes, it does. So yeah, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there with people explaining the difference between UK, Great Britain, England, and so on. Oh, there's a sign finally. B8371, and the 8, thankfully, is the UK is somewhat organized. 8 should be very far north, and a few city names.
When you get that far north, it becomes a bit more messed up because there's not enough roads for it to be consistent. So usually it's difficult in sort of the northern Scotland area to find smaller roads based on just the numbering system. But that certainly is more helpful.
Yeah, lots of city names with directions and distances. Spend some time here trying to triangulate his position with that. Good. I don't know why he's looking down in Wales. Maybe
he's so confident that he's just going to spend some time looking at Wales.
Yeah, I mean, there is some non-English words at the bottom of that sign. Looks like maybe it's Scottish or a Celtic something, and that might have thrown him off a little bit to look in Wales. Yeah. But he will move back up. There's Tongue right there. He didn't see it. I did. To his west. He zooms back in. Betty Hill. He's in between those. There we go.
Yep.
Catch on to that. There's those roads, and now he'll look for that intersection that he's at and have to work his way backwards with about a minute and a half left to go. Not bad. Yeah, and Wickholm is definitely my kind of guy. He makes the same mistakes I do. Right? We get in the general area, but then it all kind of falls apart after that. So I definitely am always cheering for him because I could see myself doing the exact same thing he's doing a lot. So
also, let me just mention, you went near Newcastle for that round. So not too far away from that Wales Wickholm was looking at.
Well, yeah, I did like forget to play.
Oh yeah, you took 25 seconds. That's fair, but still.
So I basically played it just so I could have access to the map and scores. I just threw pins all over the place. So try to take like less than like 10-20 seconds for each one.
It's using that sort of side road there that I didn't even realize was a thing. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is a thing because he will get 5K with that if you'll give us a chance to actually look at that a little bit better. Very nice from Wickholm, finishing strong. Well done, my friend. And your team partner, Calamity, in FGT Racing. Very nice from him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did everybody else finish? We can see Mr. Blue got a 5K as well. But...
Yep, he did. And then me, Closed, and the Basement, all three of us went too far north. I think I said it during the race show as well, but I massively underestimated how far I had traveled. And I assume sort of the same thing happened to Closed. The Basement a bit further north still, not quite on the right road, but he also spent all of his 5 minutes, so I'm assuming he just didn't quite get to that point yet. Same with me and Closed, actually. And yeah, a lot of people dropping points on this location. It was actually only Tall Impala, Mr. Blue, and Wickholm who got a perfect score.
Wow, and that means Tall Impala is the only one who possibly got a 25K?
Yep, the only perfect score for this game.
Very nice. Congrats to Tall Impala for that, and congrats to Wickholm finishing strong in a very tricky location with only 2 other people getting 25K. Well done. Well, yeah, that'll do it for us for this week. We are back next week in Italy, I believe, which should be interesting. I'll have to brush up on my Italian in the meantime. No, I won't. That's a lie.
It wouldn't help you anyway.
Yeah, it probably really wouldn't. But yeah. So definitely we'll see you all then. But before we go, we are currently running a competition for Reddit League Season 3, which will be starting in a few weeks, or maybe even more than a few weeks. But yeah, so check out that video on the YouTube channel. All the details are over there for your chance to win a year worth of pro subscription to GeoGuessr by sending in some clips from last season. So yeah, check that out, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.
Bye.